Tilly and the Magical Garden. Chapter 1. The Secret Door to the Enchanted Garden. On a bright and breezy afternoon, Tilly, a curious young girl with a love for adventure, wandered through her grandmother's old house. Her heart pounded with excitement as she explored the overgrown garden behind it, her imagination running wild. While trailing her fingers through the ivy, she stumbled upon something hidden, a mysterious wooden door, its edges softened by age. With a trembling hand, Tilly pushed the door. It creaked open, revealing a breathtaking garden bathed in sunlight, where flowers in every color imaginable danced in the gentle breeze. The air was alive with magic. Tiny fairies flitted through the air, leaving trails of sparkling dust. Tilly's heart skipped a beat. She had always dreamed of finding a secret place like this. "Welcome to the Magical Garden," chirped a small voice. Startled, Tilly looked down to see a plump squirrel with bright eyes and a bushy tail. "A nutmeg," he said proudly, "and I've been waiting for someone like you." Tilly blinked in surprise. "You've been waiting for me?" Nutmeg nodded. "Yes, the garden needs someone with a brave heart." He waved a paw, gesturing her to follow. "Come along, I'll show you." Tilly followed Nutmeg, her feet light on the soft grass. The garden was alive in ways she had never seen before. She met a wise old tortoise named Toby, who spoke slowly but wisely, and a group of playful rabbits who hopped around with endless energy. But as they explored, Nutmeg's cheerful chatter faded. "There's a problem," he admitted, pointing to the river that ran through the garden. "The magical water has slowed down because fallen leaves are clogging it. Without the river's flow, the magic of the garden will disappear." Tilly's heart sank. "Can we fix it?" "We must," Nutmeg replied, his voice serious. "But we can't do it alone." Tilly squared her shoulders, determination bubbling up inside her. "Then, let's do it together." With Nutmeg's help, and the assistance of all the garden's creatures, Tilly worked tirelessly to clear the river. Her hands ached and sweat dripped down her brow, but she pushed through, knowing the garden's fate rested in her hands. As the last leaf was removed, the water sparkled and surged forward, alive once more. The garden seemed to glow brighter, the flowers standing taller, and Tilly felt warmth spreading through her chest. The magic had returned. "Thank you," Nutmeg whispered, his eyes full of gratitude. "The garden is safe because of you." Tilly smiled, feeling something she hadn't expected, a quiet confidence she had never felt before. She wasn't just exploring anymore. She was making a difference. With a promise to return, Tilly stepped back through the secret door, her heart light in her mind, racing with the thought of what the next adventure would bring. Chapter 2. The Whispering Willow. The next day, Tilly could hardly wait to return to the magical garden. As she ventured deeper than before, a grand old willow tree caught her eye. Its branches shimmered like silver, and with each sway, the leaves seemed to whisper ancient secrets. Tilly approached cautiously, her heart thumping in her chest. "Hello, little one," came a soft, soothing voice, as gentle as a breeze. Tilly looked up in awe as the tree's branches parted to reveal a face in the bark. "I am Willa, the Whispering Willow. What brings you here today?" Tilly shared her adventures, her voice bubbling with excitement. She told Willa about clearing the river and the joy she felt in saving the garden. Willa smiled kindly. "You have done well, but the garden still needs you." Her leaves rustled, and the air grew cooler. The butterflies who spread magic throughout the garden cannot find their way home. A giant web blocks their path. "A web?" Tilly repeated, frowning. Willa nodded, spun by Silas, a lonely spider who longs for company. "He does not mean harm, but his web has trapped the magic." With Willa's gentle guidance, Tilly approached the web cautiously. The shimmering threads stretched high into the trees, glistening in the sun. In the middle sat Silas, his 8 eyes sad and distant. "Hello, Silas," Tilly called softly, her heart aching for the spider. "I need your help." Silas blinked at her, surprised. "Help?" His voice was a quiet rasp. "The butterflies can't find their way home because of your web," Tilly explained gently. "But you're not alone here. You don't need a web to keep others close." Silas hesitated, his legs trembling. "But I don't want to be alone anymore." Tilly smiled kindly. "You don't have to be. We can all be your friends." Touched by her compassion, Silas slowly began to dismantle his web, the strands falling gently to the ground. As the last thread vanished, a brilliant swarm of butterflies burst through the trees, their wings glowing with vibrant colors. One landed on Tilly's hand, its delicate touch sending warmth through her. "Thank you," Silas whispered, his voice filled with relief. In gratitude, the butterflies gifted Tilly a sparkling charm. "It will guide you whenever you feel lost," one of them said. Tilly's heart swelled with pride as she slipped the charm into her pocket, knowing she had made a difference once again. Chapter 3. The Rainbow of Friendship. The next morning, Tilly awoke to find the magical garden transformed into a rainbow of colors. The garden glowed with hues of love, courage, joy, peace, hope, and friendship. The fairies flitted through the air, their wings shimmering in the sunlight, and they danced with joy. "Tilly, They called, their voices like music. Come join us. At the heart of the garden, Tilly was greeted by all the creatures she had helped. Nutmeg, Toby, Silas, and even Willa gathered around her. They danced, sang, and shared stories, celebrating the garden's magic and the power of kindness. As the sun set, the fairies performed a final beautiful dance. Their movements Tilly watched in awe, her heart full of happiness. She had come to the garden as a curious explorer, but she was leaving as someone who had made a difference. Before she left, the garden gave her a special gift, a book, its cover as magical as the garden itself. Inside were stories of all the creatures and their adventures, a reminder of the friends she had made and the lessons she had learned. With a heart full of joy, Tilly left the garden, knowing that its magic would always be with her, no matter where she went. Epilogue. Back at her grandmother's house, Tilly often shared stories of the magical garden with her friends, spreading the lessons she learned, that kindness, understanding, and friendship make the world a more magical place. And sometimes when the stars were bright and the moon was full, Tilly would look out her window, hoping to catch a glimpse of the shimmering garden she had come to love. Thanks for watching. You subscribe. Good night.